Now, here's the story about the sun and the earth. The earth rotates on an axis. There's not really an axis, but can you see my pole here? It's kind of like an imaginary pole that goes from the top through the bottom, and the earth rotates around it. Mr. Sun, do you know how long it takes the earth to rotate one time around?
Can you tell me?
It takes a whole 24 hours.
What? That's a day.
One whole day for it to go all the way around the sun.
So cool.
Now, here's about night and day. Do you remember our little circle? I've lost us. Here we are. If it's facing the sun, it's daytime. But as it rotates away, it gets darker and darker. And now we start to go into night and the other part of the world is in day. And then we come around and it starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter until we're back to the sun. That's the whole day. Now, it doesn't just go around and around and around in one place, because while the earth is rotating on its axis, it also orbits the sun. The sun is also rotating on its axis. It's turning and turning and turning. Earth, while it's turning, is rotating, is orbiting around Mr. Sun. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Guess how long it takes for the earth to come around the sun one time? What do you think?
I think maybe, is it 365 days?
365 days and 1/4 of a day, or 6 extra hours.
Oh my.
Do you remember, friends, just a few months ago we celebrated something called Leap Day, and this is leap year, where we have an extra day in a year. It's because when it goes around the sun and it has that extra 6 hours, if you add that up for 4 years, it's an extra day, and that's how we get leap year.
That's so cool.
Yes, it is.
What month do we have that it's an extra day?
We put that into February because February only has 28 days.
So cool.
So, our Earth is rotating on its axis. It's orbiting around the sun while the sun is rotating on its axis. It's incredible. It's space. It's out of this world.
Woohoo!
Now, Mr. Sun, would you like to sit down and explain some of the projects to our friends here in YouTube world?
I would love to.
Hang on, friends, while we disassemble our axes.
Okay.
Hello, friends, we're back.
Hello, Professor Buchanan. I am so excited to be talking about the sun today. The sun plays an important part in our seasons
Yes?
and the changes on Earth. As you talked before, the Earth rotates, and as the Earth is rotating around the sun, we get our days where one side of the Earth will have its sunlight and the other side will be nighttime, and it keeps on going and keeps on moving. But as the Earth rotates, it also kind of shifts just a little bit on its axis, and as it's doing that,
It tilts.
it tilts. And there are certain parts of the Earth that will have different kinds of seasons, and that's where I come in. Isn't it cool?
It is very cool.
So, you guys are going to receive a special little book like this, and it's going to say Earth and Sun Unit Guide.
Whoop. All right.
Inside of there, you're going to be doing some fun activities and discovery that talks about what causes day and night. We learned a little bit about that. That's something that you can write about here, about what you learned. You also have different things, answers, or questions that you have that you can answer too about things that you're going to learn about the sun. You're going to be able to see some videos. Actually, one really cool one that talks about, was it a year in the life of the sun?
I think it was 10 years in the life of the sun. It's pretty awesome.
That's really cool. So you're going to get to see what actually happens with the sun. You get to look at the sun without even hurting your eyes.
That's true, because if you were really outside and you tried to look at the sun, you could actually hurt your eyes. like hurt them to where they wouldn't get better. So please, don't ever really look at the sun for too long.
I wonder why, you always see those pictures of the sun with sunglasses on.
I wonder if the sun can't look at itself.
He probably can't.
Well, I mean, you're so bright, I have to keep my sunglasses on, so,
Okay, so then you're going to do other activities that are in here that also, too, it says the reason for the seasons. So you're going to talk about the 4 different seasons that we have. I think right now might be, because it's so hot, it might be the season of summer.
Summer.
Okay, and then you have the season of autumn, which
Autumn.
is fall. We call it fall, too. Well, not that kind of fall, but
Like a Humpty Dumpty fall.
no. The autumn season, and that's where the leaves change and they get ready, the trees get ready, and we
The air
get
gets
ready.
cooler.
Yeah, we get ready for when it gets really cold, which is the season of winter.
Winter, that's when our part of the world is tilted farthest away from the sun.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit colder because we're not so close.
And then it starts tilting a little bit closer to the sun, and we get the season of spring. So you're going to get to do a fun activity that has kind of a fill in the blank, so that you can get to know a little bit more about what happens during the seasons. So, let's see. Nope, I think that's it. You're going to do a lot of fun stuff in there, and there's information on the back page which tells you what some of the vocabulary words are. You're going to get to do a little definitions.
Ooh, you get so smart that way.
Yes, you do. The other activity that you're going to do, you're going to be able to use a paper plate. You get to decorate it if you would like to, and then you're going to take, can anybody tell me what this is? What does that look like?
A clock!
It is a clock! It's a sundial clock face. So you're going to be able to decorate this, and you'll be able to cut it out and glue it on the front of your paper plate. Then you're going to get to take a pencil. Actually, mommy or daddy needs to help you make a hole in the middle. And then, once you have a hole in the middle, you're going to have like a pencil or a pen or something that you can use to have stand in there. And then you get to put it outside in a certain spot where you're going to be able to see the shadow that the pencil makes on the paper plate. And you're going to be able to know what time it is by where the shadow points to. So if you have it, wait, where did we say that it needs to be, the number 12 needs to go somewhere?
North?
I think north.
We'll have to look that up.
We'll look it up for you to make sure you know. But the number 12 needs to be facing a certain direction, either north, south, east, or west. We think it's north. We'll let you know for sure. And once you have that, when you put it out at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning, it would be interesting to find out if the shadow from the pencil is on 8 o'clock. Pretty cool. So you're going to get to do that fun activity for a day, and kind of you can mark the different times throughout the day where the sun is at. I'm going to go, my son is going to go sit down.
Oh, the sun is setting.
Professor Buchanan, do you have some more fun things that we're
I
going to do?
do. I have another activity for you. It's going to be kind of hard for you to tell what it is, but I will show you close up. It is a cutout of the sun and the earth and the moon. We didn't talk about the moon so much yet. But while the earth is rotating on its axis and orbiting around the sun, our moon is also going around the earth. It's kind of crazy. It's like a three-way project. So this project, you get to color, and then you cut out, and then you have these fancy, oh, I should have showed you this before, fancy little gold thing. You'll have 2 of them. It's called a brad, and you're going to attach your moon to your earth and your earth to your sun so that you can have a model of what Mr. Sun and I just were doing, rotating and orbiting. That's what this is.
Very cool.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Sun and earth. There you go.
woohoo. All right. So we are looking forward to doing some fun activities below. You'll have some links there for the activities that we're going to do. We actually have something fun that you guys get to try out with making s'mores. By using the sun to make s'mores. So there's a special project that's in there, and we told you already about that awesome video about the 10 10 years
10 years of
in
the
the
sun.
life of the sun.
That's awesome.
To check that out, and there's more important information there too. So don't forget to check the links, and we're looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday when we're going to talk about what Professor Buchanan just mentioned before about that cute little thing called the moon, and the part that it plays and the important part it plays for the Earth. Okay, so are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to go.
Awesome.
It was
Good
good
to
talking
see
to you.
Bye,
See
guys.
you on the next video.
Sundial